We want to thank you for taking the time to watch this short video on the Veterans Aid and Attendance Program. Ken Keller with VetStar is providing this video in order to give you a brief overview of the Veterans Aid and Attendance Program. In this video, you will learn the requirements that must be met in order to qualify, how much money you could receive, and what you need to do to apply for the benefit. Let's first view a short news clip that appeared on MSNBC with Brian Williams.
We're back with NBC News In Depth tonight, continuing now our special series called Trading Places on taking care of aging parents. All this week we've been sharing your stories. Tonight, a report on a program that is run by the feds, the Department of Veterans Affairs. This story came to us from a viewer email. Fred Harrop of Florida wrote, veterans, their spouses, and widows may be eligible for VA benefits to help with assisted living or nursing home costs. These programs have been a godsend to countless individuals. We asked NBC's Ann Thompson to do some checking on this little-known about veterans benefit that it turns out few people who could benefit from are really aware of.
Sunshine, you make me happy.
At 83, Berdine Goldsmith can still harmonize.
How much I love.
To look at her, you wouldn't know she has Alzheimer's, but she can't live on her own.
What'd you have for breakfast?
A year ago, her daughter Betty moved Berdine into this assisted living facility in Dallas and got an unexpected assist from the government.
When you find out that there's a veteran's benefit to help your mom,
Right.
that's got to seem...
It's thrilling. It's thrilling. It's just a real blessing.
The convoy puts to sea.
Berdine's husband Hubbard served in World War II, a Navy medic in the invasion of Sicily. Because of that service, today Berdine gets about $900 a month, a quarter of her care. The other $3,000 comes out of Betty's and husband Ted's savings each month.
The financial burden is stressful enough, but then you have the emotional stress on top of that.
What's the next sign after that?
It's called the Aid and Attendance Benefit for at-home assisted living or nursing home care. Facility Director Michael Halliburton says it never fails to surprise families.
Well, it's shock and awe. Their eyes light up, their jaws drop. I've had people cry.
But the program is little known. Today, just 143,000 veterans and surviving spouses receive the benefit. The government says perhaps hundreds of thousands more could be eligible.
We know that about 36% of veterans either didn't know about the program or thought they weren't entitled.
Eligibility is based on need, but you don't have to be impoverished. The formula includes your income minus medical expenses and your net worth, excluding your house and car. The benefit is available to veterans who served during wartime and their spouses if they can't live on their own. A benefit that is now one more part of Betty's father's legacy.
And I think he'd be very proud of the fact that his service was being honored.
Hubbard Goldsmith helped his country then. His country helps his wife now. Ann Thompson, NBC News, Dallas.
We'd like to hear more stories like this. We'd like to hear about your experiences of taking care of your aging parents. To send us yours, go to our website. That's nightly.msnbc.com. Click on.
We want to thank Brian Williams and Ann Thompson with MSNBC for helping to highlight this benefit. Ken would like to thank you for your service. He would like to thank the spouses and surviving spouses of our veterans for helping to keep the home front safe. Jim Nicholson, the former Secretary of Veterans Affairs, said that this benefit is the most underutilized benefit that the VA administers. Less than 10% of the veterans or spouses who qualify for this benefit have ever applied for it. The qualification requirements are fairly straightforward. First, these benefits are for wartime veterans, their spouses, and their surviving spouse. The veteran must have served at least one day during a period of war with a total of 90 days of active duty. It is important to note you did not have to see battle in order to qualify. You could have been guarding the gold at Fort Knox, working in the Pentagon, or taking pictures of generals at luau's in Hawaii. Periods of war include World War II, the Korean conflict, the Vietnam War, and the Gulf conflict. The veteran must have received an honorable or general discharge. The person applying for benefits must have a need for the assistance from another individual. The reason for assistance does not have to be service-connected. If you are over the age of 65, things like Alzheimer's, dementia, stroke, or Parkinson's can lead to a situation where you need to have someone assist you with at least one activity of daily living. These include bathing, dressing, toileting, transferring, and maintaining continence. Someone who needs help to get out of bed, as well as someone with mental impairment or blindness, would qualify. Or if you're homebound or reside in an assisted living community or nursing home, this benefit may be available to help pay for your expenses. The VA will take into account the total assets that a couple or individual has to determine whether they qualify for financial assistance. The net household income must be less than the outgo for care expenses in order to qualify for the full benefit. The actual cost of home health care, assisted living, or nursing home, plus Medicare and Medicare supplement premiums are used to arrive at a net income figure. Now, some of you may have already talked with the VA about this benefit and were told that you made too much money or your assets were too high to qualify. This is because they simply asked you how much your monthly income is and did not calculate your net income after deducting your medical expenses. This is where we can help you. By legally adjusting both your non-fixed income as well as properly positioning your assets without the loss of control of those assets, so when you apply for benefits, your application will be approved. Without this proper planning, your application will be denied. How much can you receive? The figures for 2011 are for a single veteran, $1,654 per month. For a married veteran, $1,949 per month, and for a spouse or surviving spouse, $1,056 per month. This money is tax-free and does not affect your Social Security benefits or taxes. It is important to work with a qualified organization who understands the qualification requirements for this program. Each case is different and must be evaluated on its own merits. We believe that all servicemen and women who served our country during a period of war, as well as their spouses, have earned this benefit because of their sacrifices. Let us help you determine if you can qualify for this benefit today. Please call Ken Keller at 318-715-6448 for more information.